Test 1 2. It is 4:44 in the morning a.m. Looking for that perfect beat. Test 1 2. We got UB in the house. B. And what we're gonna do? A chicken foot fresh. What we're gonna do right now is give a lesson on scratch techniques. I guess what we're gonna talk about. We maybe talk about what should we talk about? There's so many different scratch techniques, so many different scratch theory ideas. I guess we could talk about what do you think?
What about an omelet, hash browns, and sausages?
You want 2 eggs and a sausage. So basically,
your favorite breakfast, huh?
That's right. We got MCUB in the house. We just was cruising around. We just did a Twitch thing.
Cruising around, ew.
And we were like, man, we got to get on YouTube and do a lesson. I guess we could talk about. I think you had mentioned maybe just talk about no fader techniques.
Yeah, just basic stuff.
We just get into a real quick lesson on no fader techniques. You guys could try out, and then
how many styles are there?
Oh, infinity. Infinite, bro. Infinite.
You know them all?
Hell's nah. There's so many that are not even invented yet. It's all up to your imagination, bro. You know, everyone always asks that same question. That's a great question.
That's why you have a robo doll next to you at night?
Yes, your mom's face on it.
Whatever pleases you.
So, yeah, anything is possible. Like, you know, you can like think of a scratch and do it, and yeah, there's no rules basically. So I'm gonna show you a bunch of scratch techniques that are useful if you want to do stuff without the fader. Yeah. So, but let me see who's online right now. We got Tech, Chill Will, Miss Shady, Han Solo. Where are you guys from? Overkill in the house. Forrest Bump. That's a sick name. Forrest Bump.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Bump. Like
with
he's bumping. Yes. Oh. Han Solo.
You have a small bump. You like to do hand solos.
Z Tableist. Apintus. Arthur. All right, check it out. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about some techniques with no fader. I used to do a whole routine of just like 3 minutes of just no fader stuff. So I'm gonna run into that. I'm gonna do some stuff that probably I just figured out recently. Yeah. So look at this.
Is that a secret?
Nah, I like to give secrets out. You know what's weird is this is like on some karma shit. You give a secret out, and then the universe gives you some new stuff, and that's why I love telling you guys about all these techniques, because it kind of like. You know, the universe like rewards you with like, oh, you giving, so we're gonna give you something in return type.
Well, one of the secrets you told me that you wear high heels, but you can keep that secret. I don't want to hear it.
All right, here you go. Let me find a beat. We're gonna look for the perfect beat right now, and then let's see here. What should I? You like this beat? Let me look for a break then.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. Like you're talking about shit and then this fucking beat. Oh, wait. How you like that? It's kind of like background music.
Very nice.
All right, so anyway. I guess we could start with the
what?
Let's see. Let me get a better angle on the camera so you guys can see stuff.
Right.
Freaking fresh.
Who do we have on here? Hey, how you doing, everyone? Good morning. Or good afternoon.
We got Arthur. We got RH Factor. We got Sistema.
Nice.
Sonato. I think that's dudes from Italy.
Nice.
Yeah, Italy in the house, man.
You like Italian food?
Italiano food. Oh man, they got the best bread.
Woo! Bread.
Oh man, they got good
favorite bread.
Well, you can't really find it here in the U.S. It's got to be in Italy. There's something strange about how good the quality is of bread in Italy. But anyway.
You think it's the oven?
Could be that too, the oven. And then also, you know how like the way they make the yeast? You know, it's like it's a living thing. So it's like it's been there for like it could have been like hundreds or thousands of years. That same yeast growing, kind of like what's in your underwear and shit.
That's when you like to eat. Like Italy.
Whoa, MCUB got a sound effects button now. All right, we're gonna talk about scratches with no fader. Of course, you got your tears, right? So you want to do you can just when I when I scratch, I use my whole arm, I guess. Well, let me see. Let me try to get a better angle. I want to get a top view. But I want you in this video too and stuff. Let me see. Yeah, I want to see your reactions. Oh, here you go. Let me see if this works. Tell me what you guys think. Okay, so what's happening on the left? Oh, that's like more... that was what was on the other screen. All right, anyway, so basically with the tears... Let me answer your question. Let me see. I'm going to do a tear and see where it's coming from. So basically when you're scratching, I'm using all the way from my fingertips all the way up to my shoulders. That's why when, like before the streams, you'll see me stretching UB. Like before I fucking go on, I'll stretch my shoulders because it goes all the way from the fingertips to the shoulders. It's all in unison. Anyway, so that's tears. Let's just run down the basics. So you got 1 forward, 2 back. Right? 1 forward, and then 2 back. Right? So that's 3 notes. All right? And then you got 2 forward, 1 back. And then you got 2 forward, 2 back. This is called a clover tear. So that's 4 notes, right? All right, so those are your basic tears, and you can go. The numbers can just keep going on and on till infinity, right? So if what's after the number 2?
Me and your mom.
After number 2, you take on number 1. So that equals 3, right? 1, 2, 3, right? After the freaking number after 2 is 3, you will freaking
drop out.
Okay, so let's go with I don't know. Give me a number from 1 to 3. Any of those numbers.
1 to 3? What about a 2?
Okay, so let's go 2 forward and 3 back. And what's the opposite of 2 and 3? 2 forward, 3.
4.
1 and 4. Now you're jumping to 4. Okay, let's go 4. Okay, 1 and we can go to 4. No, 4.
Cool.
1 and 4. All right, so there's all these numbers. It doesn't matter. You can just go you can go 1 billion forward and 1 gazillion on the backwards, whatever. So I'm just breaking down because we're at the basics right now. All right, so those are freaking tears. Okay, so we got the tears out of the way.
Yeah.
All right. So then you have let's see. Well, let's read what the chat's saying right here. Muggsy says, "What's up?" Donnie Scants, what up? This guy said, "How much pressure are you applying to the table when tearing?" Wow, great question. You know what? I try to be as light as possible. I'm applying enough pressure to move the record, but not move the bottom platter. The bottom of the platter is still moving. I don't know if you can see it, but the bottom of the platter is always moving. You know, but then there's also these like really stiff tears where like you can press down on the record. But even then, I'm still doing as much as possible to keep the bottom of the platter moving. That way, when I release the record, it just shoots off. All right. So that was a great question right there. Thank you.
Yes.
Let's see. Who else is that? This guy said, just like Transformers without the fader cutting. That's right.
K-Flow. This guy said, is there a wrist movement that favors the faderless scratch? You know what? You just gotta feel it. So it's kind of like I'm not even tripping off my wrist. I'm tripping off relaxing and what's coming out the speaker. But you know what? It's also sometimes you gotta stand a certain way. Like I'm behind the turntables. If I stand like this, then it's like a little bit cramped. Like I'm gonna stand straight forward. It's a little bit cramped. So since I scratch with my right hand and the faders here, I kind of like I'm angled. I'm kind of facing this way. But we're just talking about faderless scratching. So I guess I could be anywhere kind of because I'm not using the fader, so I could just be.
You prefer sideways, though.
Yeah, but I'm just like, in case if I have to hit the fader, I'm just usually really in this position right here. I don't know if you can see, but if you look at the well, you can't really see, but I'm at an angle right now. Like that's my forward facing right there. If I was facing forward, I'd be right here. That would be a little bit awkward. You know what I mean? So I have to be
for
like
you.
Yeah, so I have to kind of be at a position where everything is just right.
It's personal preference.
That's right. It is personal preference. Like for some people, they might be like, "Oh, I kind of want to be in that awkward position, or I want to be in this certain position." But definitely, I guess, yeah, you got to just be like, find that sweet spot where your body is just right and all your arms are relaxed. So yes, that's a great question, RH Factor. So with the wrist, once again, you want to make it so your body is at an angle, so your wrist is also relaxed. You just kind of got to really feel it, you know. And another thing with the wrist is it's kind of like piano playing. So to get the turntable the right height for your wrist, this is what it is with piano playing. You put your arms at a 45-degree angle, like an L, and then you drop your wrist. And then wherever you drop your wrist, that's where the piano should be. But for turntables, I guess, since we don't play like that, I guess you can have it a little bit higher. But I'm at piano height. So that's how I got this whole octagon built for my height. So when everyone comes here, they're like, God damn, why is this just so fucking low? All right, so anyway, we're talking about faderless scratches. Let me see what else you guys are talking about. Overkill says, I like to crush the planner. Yeah, there's some techniques with that. Fucking going super hard, and there's techniques where you're super light. So there's different variations. Just like when you play piano, like there's like, you can go super hard, or you can play the piano like you're petting the head of a baby.
Are you talking about your penis?
Yeah, your mom got to be real gentle. So what else we got here? I noticed one of my writer is stronger than the other. It's not from scratching though. Yeah, I write with my right, so I'm drawing the sound with my right. So I'm scratching with my right. But it don't matter. Everybody is different. Table Moss says you don't want to tense the wrist. Yeah, as much as possible. We're just very relaxed and fluid. But like Bruce Lee said, you gotta be like water, right? That's what you got in the middle of your underwear, right?
You're scared of water. You never took a shower in a long time.
You like to drop the soap.
You like to pick it up and drop it back down.
West Palm Beach in the house, DJ Froggy.
So what about two-hand scratches?
Two-hand scratch?
That's a good question. So we got these techniques. There's this thing called the zigzag. You got that. You got lasers. You got like phasers. Turn the platter off. And you hold the record with the one hand, and one hand is hitting the record. Let me use a
You know what? That's a interesting thing there, because
This is digital scratching right here, right? So it's kind of, you can't hear all of it because the needle's hopping around. I'm gonna get a vinyl record. Hold on. There's certain scratches that, man, that's interesting because there's certain scratches you can't really do as well. On vinyl, you can pretty much do everything. This is the shit. This is the best thing ever. So I'm gonna do phaser. So there's that, and then you got you could do it like this, kind of like playing bongos.
That's going up and down or sideways?
All directions with your sister and your mom. Yeah.
And she went to sleep.
All right, so those are phasers. Then you got one-handed lasers. Then you got
Helicopter.
what's a helicopter? Oh, a helicopter. Yeah, you would have to use that it's time sound, but you could do it on this. This is pretty much what he's talking about. Is a scratch where you scribble, you vibrate the record, and then you move the record at the same time. The helicopter scratch. Man, I forgot all about that shit. Wow, look at you. Let's see. Then you got tears, but just using the tip of the sound. So we call them tip tears. All right, so those are tip tears using the very beginning of the sound. What else is there? There's tapping. You tap the record. You use this as, if you don't have a fader, you can make the transformer sound by tapping the record. Then you could use 2 fingers instead of 1. You could just go faster. Just tapping the record.
Tapping the record.
Yeah, and then you could tap with 1 hand, and we call these bubble scratches.
Yeah, speaking of tapping, I tapped your mom last night.
That's a good one. Let's read the chat. Let's see. This guy said helicopters, rubs. Ooh, rubs. Rubs, we usually call those hydroplanes. All right, so this came from like a Latin percussionist. I was watching a Latin conga player, and he was licking his finger, and he would rub the skin of the conga, and he would make that sound on the conga. But on the conga, it would be more like a yeah. So I was like, let me try that on the turntables. Yeah. I was on a show when I was a kid. I used to watch this show called Night Music, and it was just all freaking bizarre jazz music and all these weird ass musical artists on late night. Right after the Late Show, it'd be like Johnny Carson and the freaking Late Show, then David Letterman, and then the fucking night music, and I was like, that's some shit right there. So that's a 2-handed hydroplane. You could also do it with 1 hand, like you can get, if your thumb is rubbery enough, you could do it with your thumb. Oh yeah, no fader. All right, so that's hydroplane with 2 hands and 1 hand. This is this guy DJ HOP who made up a scratch called the hydrophonic scratch, where he could do that, but he can go all the way around the record. Remember HOP? Yeah, that's the homie right there. He's doing art and shit. He draws and shit. Yeah, HOP.
What he draws? Flowers. What else?
They say, oh, you're licking and rubbing. Okay, all right. What else is there? It said, do the bubble, but with 4 fingers in turn, like tapping a table. Oh, you know who does that good? Is Hijinks from Mile High DJ Supply. He fucking could do that shit because he plays guitar. So he rubs his fingers across the record, like kind of like as he's scratching. Like, brr, brr. I got something like that where you can do you know how you crab on the fader? You could do that on the record. Like you can do 1 finger. I call this a swipe. I'm basically doing a 1-click flare, but tapping it. Or you could do 2 fingers. Or 3. But this guy, DJ Hijinks, does it with one hand. So you gotta check him out. That's pretty incredible. Oops, wrong fucking button. So, what's that? Any more? Oh yeah, let's read the comments here. Let's see here. Gokhan Istanbul Run. Oh, what's up? Are you from Turkey? My great grandfather's from Turkey. RH Factor in the house. Wonder 78. Tobio Moss. Sermo Style. Muggsy Cuts. Plow TV. Tech. What's up, y'all? 00. DJ. This guy's name's Table Moss. So yes, that's a lot of. Oh, there's waves too when you wave the record. It's more like. Yeah, this scratch was more like I wasn't even really looking at the hand. I was just more listening to what's coming out the speakers. So you got to make the sound like a wave. The scratch sound like it's going arre. So there's that. Those are waves, and then there's like really snappy ones. I think they call them whips. They call these whips in the Texas. I forget what the Texas Scratch League. They call these whips. For me, they're waves, but real fast ones. There's those whips. What else is there? Oh. Then there's this scratch like we call this I think this is called a saltwater crab because you could put your finger here on the side of the record and rub your other finger across those fingers. Now you can put 3 fingers there, I guess. Right? Or 1 maybe. All right, and
sounds kind of rough though.
Yeah, but if you gotta if you're smooth with it, you know, kind of.
It sounds heavy because of the pressure you're doing on your hand. Or?
Yeah, what, like your vibrator?
You're enjoying it, huh? That's good. That's good.
So there's that. What else is there? What are they saying in the chat? This guy said, "Don't forget needle dropping." Oh, that's a great no fader scratch right there. So,
gotcha.
That's a great scratch because then if you have a skipless record, you could go to 2 sounds. That's cool. And then what else is there? This guy said needle dropping tips. Yeah, we did tips. The tip scratch. You could just do, instead of doing tip tears, just the tips. Great one. Thank you, Z-Tibulus. That's beautiful. What else is there? This guy said the ladies love that one. That's nice. Yeah.
Oh, you know.
What's up?
Q likes that.
Have you heard any new frequencies or sounds during your psychedelic experiences? Oh, man, back in the days when you talking about 90s, bro. 90s, bro. I used to do some psychedelic shrooms. Woo! But we already know that world. We fucking see it's all geometry and shit. And you can get to that world actually by just being in a heightened sense of like peace of mind and happiness. You know, I used to, when I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, I gotta smoke weed. I gotta fucking do some shit, you know.
So angry, man.
You know, but now it's like, you can just get there by just being happy and have a lot of practice. And it's like a heightened, you're already, a natural high, yes. And now try to figure out what's up with these patterns, how they get so funky, and now that's what this whole YouTube kind of like series is about, how to get there without tripping. It's like, oh, it's all science and stuff, so it's all numbers. Everything is you know, you swing your music. All this whole scratch theory type of stuff is gonna help you without. I always gotta fucking smoke weed. You know, it's like, nah, you don't have to. You know, you can get there without it and stuff.
But if you do, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, if it makes you a better person, then You do your thing. I'm not gonna stop you from it. It's just for me. I don't want to be like, I can't scratch. I need a weed. I don't want to be like that, you know. So.
Yeah. All right, nice. I'm scared, man. I'm calling the cops.
But yeah, so back to his questions. Oh man, when you see, when you go into that world, yeah, there's like a lot of geometry there. So a lot of the scratching I'm doing is geometry. It's a lot of math and stuff. So we talk about that type of stuff. I give a whole class on, like, let's say a prism scratch where you can bend it and melt it. Don't have to be exactly on beat. But anyway, we're getting off the subject. But that was a great question. We're talking about today about no fader scratches. But we could talk about that stuff too. We're pretty much done with all the no fader scratches.
Pitch control stuff.
Pitch control, well, I mean,
Any tricks for the pitch control?
but we're talking about no fader scratches right now.
No. Oh, okay, no pitch.
I mean, you could. I mean, let's see. Like if you had a pitch. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, that's cool. You could do that type of stuff. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. See, this guy said, my problem is cramp. My left hand feels broken. Well, that's very important because right before this stream, I was stretching. Always gentle stretches.
Oh,
Okay, this is one.
that's one.
Yeah, you stretch your, how you call it, this part of your wrist. And you also stretch the top part of your wrist. Very important. Also,
This part.
yeah, also, then you have to hold that right there. You could do that, but that's weird. I go like this. Yep, you can do that, and then go like that, and then also this stretching the inside of your fingers like that. But always be gentle. Don't be like, "Rah, rah," you know, you're gonna fucking hurt yourself and shit. So also massage it and make it loose, kind of like your anus. And then freaking water. Did I say that already? Drink water to
Oh.
yeah, water is good. Spring water, and bless your spring water. Also, you gotta bless yourself. You know, you gotta give a lot of love to yourself because we're pretty much 80% water, something like that.
A lot of
So-
water in our body.
Yeah, so
Organs need it.
give yourself a lot of love. Tell yourself that you are healthy. You know, you gotta.
So you do a lot of masturbation.
Yeah, when your sister's around. Press the wrong button. You know, ordering Chinese food and shit. What else is there? Woo! Right here. This one I learned from a guitarist. Right here, the fucking, how you call it, the whole, your wings. Yeah, you gotta go like that. Yeah, because your scratches, like I said earlier, comes from your shoulders, so you gotta stretch your shoulders.
What happens if you go there and not warmed up? What happens?
You, like homeboy said, he got
gets cramped
cramps.
up?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, cramps. It's like what your mom has when I leave
You
her
got
house.
crabs. You gave them to my mom, man. I'm telling the police.
Yeah, you gotta watch your lips now. This guy said, is that the wrist game? Yeah, that's the wrist game. Also, everybody, I always say this, you gotta stretch your thumbs. Everyone forgets their freaking thumbs and stuff. This is what I put in your mom's anus. That's the bad joke, bud. You got me. Yeah, you're learning your sound effects over there.
That was a lucky push.
A lucky push, like in your sister. Chest too. Don't forget your chest. Yeah, you can go on like a wall and stretch your chest.
How about like a broomstick?
Broomstick? Yeah, take the one out of your asshole. Broomstick is good. Is that a real stretch?
Yeah, you put the broomstick right here and you just sideways.
They do it like at the gym. They have that thing.
Yeah, forward.
Don't you go to the gym? You wear a G-string. You just
Hang out with
in the
your
locker
sister. You go to the steam room together.
room. What else is there? Man, everything. This. Okay, if you're gonna give a speech, okay, look.
Speech. Okay.
Yeah, because we're talking with our hands. So if you're gonna give a speech, we're gonna give a speech with our hands when we're scratching, right? So you gotta go like this. Now, I don't know if you see me. I always do this all the time. Right before the DMC competition, when I used to compete, me and Mixmaster Mike, and you can see, right before we went up world competition, the finals,
Yeah.
you can see me on stage going like this.
What were you doing? Oh, like a fight. Oh, shoot.
No, I'm shaking my hands.
Oh,
So
you are.
you're shaking your whole body, and you're letting all that tension, like anything that's tight on you, is going to be loose after you do this.
You got a very loose butt cheek.
Tell your mom's tongue not to go so well. You're ordering fucking Korean and shit. What else?
Right? So that just loosens up the whole body.
That
The jumping up and
yeah,
down.
it gets you ready. So the
It must
you-
have a boxer though.
yeah, it all fucking how you call it relates. All that martial arts shit. This is scratching is almost like martial arts because you're connected with the universe. You know, you're flowing with your God.
Music.
God is flowing through you. All that. Yeah, it's like for me. It's sometimes it's like a prayer. I'm like, how you call it? You might think I'm corny, but sometimes I'm praying to God. I'm like, yo, thank you God for this, and it's
Thank
like
you,
the universe is kind of flowing through you type thing. I'm
How
like
long do you-
digging into my spirit to
How
get.
long do you
like,
pray for in the morning? Do you pray in the
I
morning
kind
when
of,
you
you
get
know what?
up? or
Honestly, I pray.
randomly, or
you know
what?
what? Honestly, this is the
Honestly.
weirdest thing. I pray every second of my life. I thank God
Every
every
second?
second of my life. Yeah. So I ain't got to be on my knees praying and stuff.
No,
Like,
no, in your mind, you say.
You know how like you're on your knees and shit with those knee pads.
yeah,
That's
with your
different.
sister. Yeah, she loves it. She bought them for me for
I
Christmas.
be thanking God every second. That's how I pray. Like right now, I'm thanking God. Like I'm with you guys. This is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, thank you, God.
It's a gratitude
Yeah, that's
all
right.
day. Gratitude all day. That's just how I am.
It's always on your heart, your mind is blessings to God.
Yes, yes, yes. Kind of like how you're always thinking about your boyfriend. This guy said, "Dog, you're the Bruce Lee of DJ and Ace." RH Factor, DJ scratching, DJing has always been a spiritual experience. It is a spiritual. Everything in life to me is a spiritual experience. If you're eating, if you're walking, everything, even if you're chilling, every single thing is a blessing
How
from
about
the
taking a
universe.
dump?
Tattoo, bro.
Feels good, don't it?
Hey, bro.
I sit on there
It's
for
like your
about
butt
30
plug.
minutes.
Yeah, because it feels
Yeah.
like your butt plug.
Reading a comic book.
Yeah. Is it all men only comic book? Emu Game said, positivity. Thank you yourself. God is inside of us. God is inside of all y'all and everybody. That's how I look at everybody. Somebody was asking me the other day, how you like why you don't get mad at everybody like bugging you and all this shit? It's because I feel like everyone is God. God is inside of everyone. So it's like there's only really one person in this universe. It's just God looking at the universe and through lives, through everyone's different eyes. So it's like I don't get mad at anyone that is an enemy towards me, right? It's like they just don't know we're all one. Anyway, I'm just like going off the subject
That's
here.
cool, man. That's why you yelled at me yesterday?
So anyway, we are talking about faderless scratching.
Yeah, I think we covered pretty much.
Yeah. You like to go to the gym and uncover. Let me see here. I know there's a gang of scratches we're missing here. Faderless scratches. Oh, here goes one. You could do combos. Like I was doing this. So if you do a wave, I used to do like how you call this? A swipe into a wave. It's like, if you want to get back to something, let's go forward. Now, how am I gonna get back to that? I could do the tapping to go backwards. I could do a needle drop. So you could do that. But how do you get back? There's all these millions of ways to get back. So
Let's hear it all together. Let's hear a combo.
So the one I'm talking about is like if you do a wave, you could do a swipe back. So that's one to do, but you want to see I'll do a bunch of stuff. Okay, so
Faderless.
usually when I do this faderless scratch, I'll do it in song formation, right? So the chorus would be this. Wow, this beat is going fast. I'll try it. So I'll do that's the chorus right there. And then I'll go into the scratch. Oh, you know what another thing is? These off scratches at the very end, it fades. So watch, this is gonna fade. did already. So anyway, yeah. Earlier, I don't know if you've seen the last couple videos we're talking about. It was organizing your scratches. So that's kind of what I did. I had that chorus in the beginning. I usually end with a chorus. Don't have to be that exact chorus. You can make up your own, but that's interesting because that chorus almost sounds like what. They kind of went with this song and shit on accident. But anyway.
Build up, middle, and then break it down.
Yeah, you go to a bridge, whatever, and go through different whatever. It's like a roller coaster, right? Roller coaster is like, it starts up the build up, and all of a sudden you do the whole fucking shit and goes to all these different dimensions, and then it ends and shit, right? So usually the roller coaster, a really good movie, right, would be like kind of like it starts off kind of like interesting, and then all the crazy shit happens, but then there's always like some kind of grand finale at the end, and then it would kind of like end off, right?
What movie is that, brother?
I don't know, but basically, don't have to be every freaking thing. You can go wild style in the beginning, or whatever.
Did you like Star Wars when it came out?
Star Wars was dope. Come on,
y'all.
y'all.
Good intro.
Type in.
The intro was
that movie. Yeah, it's cool, but it's like
when the shit's like,
that's how you call it a documentary.
I thought it was coming out.
What?
Out of the movie screen.
Yeah. What, a giant butt plug? And then it hit your face, and you put your tongue out.
And you had an orgasm.
Emu Games Master, thank you so much for the. Wow, look at this person is from Europe. They just sent us some euros, $1.79. Thank you, right on. Wrong button. Thank you. So UB needs to bust out a rhyme, funniest freestyles on the multiverse. Oh, he likes you. All right on, DJ. This guy said tapping with both alternatively. Yeah, that's dope. You could do like a how you call it, a paradiddle. That's a great one. This guy said the woodpecker. Ooh, the woodpecker. That's like you go. Big shouts to my boy Woody. He does this scratch called the woodpecker. There's so many scratches that you could do with the no fader scratch. He goes. It sounds. I can make that same sound with the kind of like with the whips or the super fast waves. It sounds like this. Sounds like that, but he's doing something else. He's like rubbing his fingers. He's like crabbing his fingers on the record as he's moving the vinyl back. But there's different ways of achieving certain sounds. Like I don't know how to do that. That's his scratch, but I do know there's one scratch that he does that's easy to do. That is a no fader scratch. I forgot about this one. You hit your wrist as like a fader movement. Check it out. I think that's pretty ill. So big shouts to my boy DJ Woody. He got a lot of techniques. Oh, there's a lot. You know what? Now that guy said that, there's a gang of scratches on this DVD I made called Scratchlopedia, and there's a whole bunch of these weird scratches like earwax. What's it called? Presto. They do these like they flick their almost very similar to the Woody scratch. Presto does a thing where he rubs his knuckles. He calls it a knuckle sandwich. He rubs his knuckles on the record as he's moving it back. Let me see. I can't do that. That's his scratch. You gotta check them out. DJ Presto, Earwax, DJ Woody. Those guys do some wild ass no fader scratches. But it sounds almost like that shit. So it's like. Yes, DJ Woody just came out with a new record. Everybody go pick that up. Anybody that got the new break record, let us know about it because we want to collect all of them. So that's kind of dope. Want to have a library of all the scratch records out there. Yes. This guy knows. RH Factor knows about Star Wars. He said, rest in peace, Case 2. Case 2. I think that's the dude. Oops, wrong button. Case 2, isn't that the dude that he had that one-arm dude? Is that right? Oh, man. Also, Phase 2. Yes. This guy said, Star Wars 7.5, Revenge of the Reptoids. What's so exciting? How does the wax help, and can it splatter all around? I guess so. Yes and everything. Does it, anything is possible. How about that answer? Vegas Crew, RH Factor said, yep. JT Taylor said he crabs his thumb. Ah, sick. Wow, I get it, but boy, that's a lot. That's another thing to practice. That's wonderful. Oh, here's another no fader scratch. When you rub, see how this platter has a bunch of these little high-cost circles on here?
Yeah.
If you rub that with your fingernail, we call this a nail file because it'll eat up your fingernail if you do it a lot. Check it out. So I'm rubbing my fingernail across the dots on the record. Sounds really good with it. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So, but I'm holding the record. The record finger is the one that's rubbing across it. See, this hand is just holding it still. So this left hand is holding it still, and then this is the one that's holding the record and rubbing on those little dots. Yeah, it'll follow your nails. That's why it's called a nail file. Mixmaster Mike, yeah, he does. Look, so the Mixmaster Mike has a thing. It's part of his tweak scratch. This is the tweak scratch. So if you do that without the fader, it's gonna be like. That's amazing. I'm glad you mentioned that. Big shots to Mixmaster Mike. That's a good point. Wow, there's so many faderless scratches. Yeah, different ones. This is one of my favorite. Yeah, this one's one of my favorite ones. We call this a photon scratch because you're using this. Photon is just another word for light. So you see this light switch down here. So I'm gonna rub my thumb across this light switch, and the other part of my thumb is gonna be holding the record. This is like my favorite scratch. One of my favorite, like little tricks. Can you hear that? It sounds really good with the fader. But without the fader, since we're talking about no fader scratches. That's an ill one. That's easy to do. What else is there? What else is there? I know I'm going to be watching this video and I'm going to be like, man, I forgot about that scratch. What's that? What's another one? What's another one? This guy said, when are you and Mike doing another Zektar mix? Ooh, I think Mixmaster Mike just finished his album. Go get that album. Go on Mixmaster Mike's Instagram and check out what his new album's all about. I just saw it. I think it's Ready Slayer 1 or something like that. It just came out? I think it just came out, yeah. Go check him out. I think his name is, I remember before someone had stole Mixmaster Mike on Instagram because he was a bartender. Some bartender guy was Mixmaster Mike, and then Mike was like, nah, you gotta give that to me. So he finally got his name back. So, because before Mixmaster Mike had to spell it with M1X, like he had to use all the I's as ones because that bartender took the name. But now he got his name back, so that's good. I add him on Instagram, all that, and check out his new album. Yes. Natural Fire Enthogen said stabs. Yeah, we just did stabs. We did we're doing no fader scratches right now. That's what do you call it? Just the tip of the sound. That would be your equivalent to stabs. But if you did do like tear scratches like these, if you release the record, you would come up with this sound. Right, there's that. Boy, there's a lot of no fader scratches. What else is there? We should have wrote all these down. Let's see here. Oh, Hollywood Mikey Likey is on here. His name on YouTube is Natural Fire Enthogen. What's up? JD906. Dead Dadums 21. Lasers too. Yeah, we did lasers already. I guess some of you guys had just gone on here. Overkill, Thumb on the Platter, Natural Fire Enthogen. What's up?
The one that,
go ahead.
DJ Quest did the Choo Choo Train scratch.
Choo Choo Train scratch. What is that?
They used to use that for its intro battle.
I don't know, but I mean, really.
Yeah, slow and they just sped it
that would just be speeding up. I don't know what the exact technique he was doing, but I mean, yeah, we forgot about that. I mean, there's of course obviously the baby scratch is it's a faderless technique. What else is there? I guess scribbles, right? We're talking about that earlier. We're talking about scribbles. Just vibrating real. You know how like I don't know if you do this when you're a kid, you tense up your head and your head vibrates. Like, kind of like you do that with your whole shoulder and all the way down your fingertips. Get like a. I like to transform that. But we're not talking about fader scratches. We're talking about what can you do without the fader.
What about using other body parts besides your hands?
Yeah, you can scratch your elbow, freaking bust out a dildo, whatever. Scratch your feet, whatever. Your tongue, you know, that's just whatever. Let's see here. I guess that, you know, what else? What have we missed? We're trying to get a list of all the faderless scratches. Let's see. Let me read some of the comments here.
What are they talking about, bruh?
This guy said, teach us how to properly articulate. Okay, what does that mean? There's so many ways of articulating. I mean, if you want to be super clean, if you want to be articulate, you just got to be precise. You know, learn your rhythms. That's a great question, by the way. Learn your rhythms. So rhythms are just basically numbers of what you're scratching. Let's see. So, you know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you got threes, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You got 6. Oops, right, then you got 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you got all the freaking numbers, right?
How about can it be alphabet?
You know what? That's a great one. You know what? You just reminded me of a scratch that looks like a figure 8. This is not an alphabet, but it's a number.
That's a number.
But it's actually it is I know a letter 0, letter O, which is
that's right.
yeah. You can do an O. If you do an O, if you rub your hand in a circle here on the record, you make a letter O, it turns into a baby, but it's a gentle one. Right there's the infinity scratch, which is like if you draw a figure 8. That's a nice one. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Right on. Letters, drawing letters. You know what? I even had a thing we called. This is kind of silly, but speaking of wild style in Star Wars, I wanted to draw every letter on the record. So I used to try to draw certain letters on the record. Yeah, just draw an A or a B. I used to try to do that, but no one got it, and it ended up kind of like. It kind of ended up being like how you call it, like that. Those two letters, that figure 8 and the 0, is kind of like the ones, the work. But I mean, you know, like now that you said that, the more I go into it, I should start practicing a bunch of letters on drawing them on the record and seeing what happens. Let's try.
Yeah, try a C.
A C? Nice, bro. I like that, bro. Yeah, that's great. That's a good thing. So this is amazing right here. Now I got a whole freaking alphabet to practice. Yeah, thanks.
How about an A?
An A?
Woo.
Okay, now I would have to say cursive letters would be
Better one.
the better ones, because it's like, you know, it's smoother for the scratches. I mean, you could do the other ones, you know, there's no rules, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there's a pattern, and you can go from your other combinations into that. I love it.
What do you love?
Your sister and your mom most for right now. This guy said, Gear Grasper said, you could spell cut. Let's see. See, that's why sometimes, like, some of the letters, it's like kind of like, it almost is like you could just, it sounds the same. That's why I think the 0 and the figure 8 were like the ones. from all the letters that I had experimented with. But hey, you know what? It's not. Don't let me stop there. You guys try it out. You might come up with some shit like, oh fuck, F-U-C-K, yeah, that's fucking dope. This guy said, you ever practice with your platter off? Like, yeah, definitely for like these styles all the time. Yeah, we just did some earlier with the platter off. Like a lot of these scratches with the platter off. Right, there's like this is one of my favorites, the poison darts. And then we talked about Mix Masters Mike's tweak scratch. That was with the platter off. There's a billion scratches with the platter off that we had spoke about earlier. You must have just got here. But that was with the fader. We're talking about scratches with no fader.
Hey,
yeah.
On your Wave Twisters movie?
Yeah.
But kind of that sound you kind of did there, it sounded like Buckethead on that beat.
Oh, Buckethead, that's the homie. Yeah, definitely. Learned a lot of stuff from Buckethead. This guy said, try letter U, then B.
U-B?
Yeah, see? It's like kind of like the whole O and figure eight is kind of like the ones and stuff. It's almost like the same thing. But yes, who's online here? JD, Tech, Cosadis, RH Factor, Gear Gasper, Overkill, Dabby McDoob, Evan Randall, Emu Games, Muggsy Cuts, Tobias Moss, RH Factor. Yeah, you know what's up. You know what's up. So yeah, do ya vibe. Gear Grasper. Man, thank you guys for coming online. We just want to do a quick how you call it, lesson on faderless scratches. Is that all? There's got to be a gazillion scratches. Oh, here's another one. Like when you put your hand on the record. See how my hand's on the record right here? Flat like a pancake, and you just rub your fingers across. Yep.
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist.
We used to I think we called it a squid scratch because it was like we used to call this in Filipino. This is called a pusit. A squid is a pusit, and then you put it upside down. That's opposite. Stupid. Like an inside joke. What else is there? That's what you said earlier, the pitch. That's the same thing. We can also do that without it. You know. This guy said, do you still practice on your QFO? I got it. It's posted up in my little, what do you call it? Where all my turntables are. Little scratch turntable museum. This guy said, do a transformer to crab. A transformer to crab. Because right now we're talking about faderless scratches. So if I had to do a transformer to a crab faderless scratch, I guess I would. That would be the crab, right? To a transform. That's another way of emulating a transform. You'd have to just do tears. So yeah, the subject of today is faderless scratches. What else is there?
So, who made up faderless scratching that, back in the days? Who was doing that?
I mean, it was just, that's the first scratch. It's a
what?
What's his name? Grand Wizard Theodore, right? He made up the baby. That's all the basic scratches were from there. And then I was like, you know what? If we were on a different planet and they didn't have mixers, all the DJs would be scratching with no fader. That just would be. And that's how I came up with that kind of faderless routine. It was more of like a what if. What if there was no mixers?
What if you stayed in the closet?
I would be warm and cozy with your sister.
You had the strap on, 12-inch.
Yeah. RH Factor said any kind of faderless body tricks, everything, bro. You just once again, you just that question is
Up to the
up
DJ.
to the user. Yeah. I remember Cash Money used to scratch with his belly.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about turntables. They kept manufacturing them. When you put the turntable sideways, like Cash Money, we call it battle style, but he invented it. So we had an interview with him. He calls it it ain't battle style. It's called Cash Money style. Yeah. So when you do that, as you can see, the turntable is very close to the how you call it, your belly. So he would scratch with his belly. So that was his thing. So that was kind of cool.
All right.
Yeah, man. This guy said they might have a lot more hands for faderless scratching. Yeah, of course. And on a different planet, they probably got all kind of probably different body parts and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Go for it.
Oh, boy.
Go ahead. So Do Ya Vibe said now transform faderless one hand. I wonder if there's a lag on the video, because when I say something, they just repeat it again. Yeah, it's probably a fader. Yeah.
They're probably coming in and coming out.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
shit. Natural Fire must have just got here. We did the hydroplane scratch, and we talked about HOP doing the hydrophonic scratch. We covered that. So yes, what else is there? Food. It's time to go eat food. This guy said, "What instrumental is that?" That's just looking for the perfect beat. Earlier we were just playing this, and we're like, you know what? We gotta find a perfect beat to do this over. And this was playing. I was like, oh fuck. DJ Blubberbelly. So this is African Mambata and the Soul Sonic Force, looking for the perfect beat. It kind of goes with like an instructional like this, right? It's kind of like mellow and shit. So I'll take it off loop and let's see where it goes. Yep. Anyway, this guy says we were receiving stuff about 30 seconds late. Gotcha. That's why, yeah. All right, so once again, this whole video was on no fader scratches. I'm glad you guys got to talk about shit. And this guy opened me up to what we were doing before, scratching letters on the records, the helicopter scratch, all that other shit. Man, this is amazing. A lot of scratches I forgot about. I'm gonna start spelling my scratches out. If I can, I want to try to get there again. But once again, I think it was just the O scratch and the infinity scratch. The infinity becomes a clover tear. Let's see. RH Factor said, stream sponsored by Keds. Remember that shoe? Keds?
Yeah, KED.
Yes.
Got that kid with a little puppy on the side?
I don't know.
A little ball with a sailor?
Something like that, yeah.
Kind of sailor foot?
Yeah. Kind of like your Payless slippers that you were sponsored by.
I'll step on your mom's back.
Yes, Tech. You're welcome. Natural Fire. We love you guys. We're going to get some food.
Yes, we's hungry. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Eddie J said you just missed out. Yeah, you did miss out. This video will be online forever and ever. So watch it. There's a lot of good ideas on here. This is kind of interesting. I learned a lot too. Thank you, UB, and thank you guys. I love y'all. We're going to head the hell out.
All right.
What else is happening? Yes, go on djqbert.com and grab that Dirt Style anniversary. And what else is there? Oh, get the album. Next Cosmos album is almost done. The vinyl's coming. We're really happy about that. It took 9 months to make that thing.
What about merchandise, like hats, shirts, and all
Yeah,
that
go on
stuff?
djqbert.com. You see all that stuff. All right. Once again, thank you, UB, for coming through. And we are going to get some food. All right.
Oh yeah.
You know, I can't get the live chats.
What?
You know, like everyone's talking. Like on my thing, only it says comments only. How do you get that?
You want cock on your face? They can hear you. Say goodbye to everybody.
Late.